Alright, homework workbook page 15. Alright, 3 questions. Each of these questions we're going to be finding an extra value to determine the mean. Alright, so question number 5 says the scores of your last 4 tests are 94, 90, 96, 72. What score will you need to earn on your 5th test in order to receive a mean score of 90? Well, what it gives us is it gives us our 4 tests. So we have 94, 90, 96, and 72. So we want to say we have 94 plus 90 plus 96 plus 72. So there's 4 tests. But what we want to figure out is we're looking for this 5th test. Well, we don't know that, so we're going to call that X. We're going to say X is the 5th test. So X is our 5th test, so we're going to add on that X. Now to find the mean, we add up all of our numbers and divide by how many there are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want to divide by 5. And then it tells us we want to have a mean score of 90. So we just want this to equal 90. So now we have an equation, so we set up our equation. We have our test scores, which are 94, 90, 96, 72, and X, which is the 5th test, and we divide that by 5, and we get to it all to equal 90. So to solve this, we can do one of 2 things first. We can add up all of these numbers. So if we add up all of our test scores, so if I add these values, so we want to add 94, 90, 96, and 72. Alright, so we're going to add 94 plus 90 plus 96 plus 72, and we get 352. So we have 352 plus X divided by 5 equals 90. Now we need to get rid of this 5, so we multiply both sides by 5. So these 2 5s cancel out, and then we multiply this by 5. So since these cancel out, we're left with 352 plus X equals 90 times 5 is 450. We subtract 352, subtract 352, and X will equal a 98. So now we can also check our answer. So all we have to do is go back, and since I have this right here, so I have 94, 90 plus 96 plus 72. If I add plus 98, so I get a total of 450, and I divide that by 5, and we get my answer of 90. So now I know that 90 is the correct answer because it fits for the problem. When we look at number 6 and 7, the scores of your last 7 50-point quizzes are 45, 33, 50, 47, 43, 36, and 43. What score will you need to earn in your 8th quiz in order to finish the semester with a mean quiz score of 40? So we'll give us our 7 quizzes. We have our 7 quizzes, so we're going to add 45 plus 33 plus 50 plus 47 plus 43 plus 36 plus 43. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it says we're looking at our 8th quiz. So we're going to say that X is the 8th quiz. So we need to do plus X. And we know that we're going to divide this all by how many there are. So there's 8 quizzes. And we want the mean score to equal 40. So it should equal 40. So once again, to solve this, if I add up all of my data, so I'm going to add up all my values here, we get 45 plus 33 plus 50 plus 47 plus 43 plus 36 plus 43. So we get 297. So now we have 297 plus X divided by 8 equals 40. Now to solve this within a fraction, so what we have to do is multiply both sides by the denominator. So we're going to multiply this by 8, multiply this by 8. These 2 8's cross off. We're left 297 plus X equals 40 times 8, 320. Subtract 297, subtract 297, X is equal to 23. So now we know that we should get a score of a 23, and we can check this. So once again, we know that when we add up those 7 numbers, we get 297. We're going to add our x, and we said x is 23, so we do plus 23, which gives us 320. We had 8 tests, or 8 quizzes, so we divide by 8, and it gives us our mean score of 40. So the 8th test, we need to get a 23 on. Question 7 says, Alex conducted 4 tutoring sessions. The mean time for each session was 1.5 hours. How long does she need to tutor for the 5th session so that the mean session time is 2 hours? Use math to justify your answer. Alright, well when we're looking at this, it says the mean time for each session was 1.5 hours. And she did 4 of these sessions. So we can break this down into one of 2 ways. Well, since we did 4 sessions, and the average is 1.5, we can just say that each session is 1.5. So if each session is 1.5, we have 4 of them. Well, we need to do a 5th session. Alright, so we need to do a 5th session. So we're going to say that x is equal to our 5th session. So we're going to add x. So we took these 4 sessions. We took our 4 sessions right here. 4 sessions, and they were each an hour and a half long, so we wrote out those 4, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. And now we're going to divide it by 5, and we want it to equal 2 hours. So once again, we just add up 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5, and that will give us 6. So we have 6 plus x divided by 5 equals 2. And just looking at this, you should know the answer for x. 6 plus what number divided by 5 will give you 2? Well, in order to figure that out, you should know it's going to be 10 divided by 5, so x is 4, but we can use math. So we have to get rid of this 5, so we multiply both sides by 5. So those 5's cross off, so we get 6, just right over here, 6 plus x is equal to 10. Subtract 6, x is equal to 4. So Alice must tutor for 4 hours. Alice must tutor for 4 hours in her 5th session. And once again, we can check this one because we said we have 4 sessions. Each is a mean of 1.5, so that gives a total of 6 hours that we've tutored already. Plus, we said that x is 4, and then we get 10, so we want to divide it by our 5 sessions, which will give us 2 hours. So we can check our answer to make sure that our answer is correct. And that is finding that missing value in a series of means.